Hey there, and welcome to Scaling Up Your Impact, the podcast where we help therapists grow their skills, confidence, and impact. At Scaling Up, we're passionate about offering free content and support because we believe in the incredible work that therapists are doing in the world. Hi, I'm Kelly Smyth-Dent, the founder of Scaling Up, and in today's episode, it's just me, sharing thoughtful insights from our team and our amazing community of therapists. But before we get started, please be sure to sign up for our free weekly newsletter. Each week, we'll send you the latest podcast episodes along with related workbooks, tools, and tips to help you put your ideas into practice. You can subscribe either at scalingupemdr.com or you can find the link in our show notes. It's free and designed to support your growth. We're so glad that you're here. Let's dive in. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Scaling Up Your Impact, the podcast for trauma-informed therapists who want to make a difference without burning out. My name is Kelly Smyth-Dent. I'm the founder of Scaling Up, and today we're diving into two powerful group interventions that can change the way that you respond to trauma in communities. One is the Scaling Up ASSYST group, and the other one is the EMDR-IGTP. We'll talk about what they are, when to use each one, and how they fit into the larger humanitarian mental health landscape. You'll leave this episode understanding not just the differences, but also how they can work together to support recovery, disasters, crises, or collective trauma. When we respond to trauma, whether it's a natural disaster, mass violence, a humanitarian crisis, or even a workplace tragedy, timing is critical. In humanitarian mental health, we generally distinguish between crisis response, which is the immediate phase right after the event, and early intervention, which is the recovery phase, typically 3 months after the event. So why the distinction? Because the brain and the nervous system respond differently depending on how recently the trauma occurred. So immediately after an event, people are often in acute stress, which is high arousal, intrusive imagery, sleep disruption, and physical symptoms. Months later, symptoms may shift. Some people will have recovered naturally, but others may be stuck with ongoing trauma responses. And this is where the ASSYST-G and the EMDR-IGTP come in. So each is designed for a specific moment in the recovery timeline, using different approaches to meet people exactly where they are. So let's start with the crisis response. This is immediately after the traumatic event, within hours, days, or the first few weeks. The focus here is stabilization and triage, reducing intrusive psychological symptoms and restoring enough nervous system regulation so that people can function in the short term. So this is where the acute stress syndrome stabilization group protocol, or the ASSYST-G, shines. So what it is, the ASSYST-G is a group intervention adapted from the individual ASSYST protocol. It's designed to be rapid, scalable, and usable even in chaotic or resource-limited settings. It neutralizes the acute physiological symptoms of trauma, the racing heart, hypervigilance, flashbacks that can derail recovery if left untreated. So why is it powerful? It's a treatment intervention, not just coping skills training. Research shows it can help prevent the development of PTSD when used promptly, and it can be delivered to large groups, dozens or even hundreds at one time by trained clinicians. So here's what it looks like. You gather a group affected by the same type of events, so survivors, first responders, or community members, and lead them through a structured process that uses bilateral stimulation in a contained and safe way. The goal isn't deep trauma processing, it's stabilization. The ASSYST-G says We're not diving into the whole story right now. We're taking the sting out of the most intense symptoms so you can rest, eat, and sleep and get through the next day. Now, let's fast forward 3 months after the traumatic event. This is early intervention phase. By this point, the acute stress response has typically subsided. Many people will have naturally recovered, but for some, symptoms persist. So, flashbacks, avoidance, hyperarousal, emotional numbing. This is where trauma processing can be more effective and sustainable. So enter the EMDR Integrative Group Treatment Protocol, or the EMDR-IGTP. So what is it? The EMDR-IGTP is a group adaptation of EMDR therapy originally developed by Dr. Ignacio Nacho Herrero and Lucina Artiguez during the aftermath of a devastating earthquake in Mexico. It combines modified EMDR 8-phase model with group therapy principles and creative nonverbal elements like drawing to help participants safely access and process trauma memories. It utilizes a team of providers, so the therapist and the emotional protection team, also known as the EPT, members to provide individualized support when needed. The EMDR-IGTP is the most researched group EMDR protocol in the early intervention and ongoing traumatic stress field. So why is this powerful? It allows for progressive processing over time, often across multiple group sessions. It's culturally adaptable. You can modify language, metaphors, and activities to fit local norms. It's effective for collective trauma. People see that others have survived and are healing alongside them. It can also be used in situations where the traumatic event is ongoing and doesn't have a distinct end in sight. So, what it looks like, participants work through the EMDR phases together in a structured group format. Instead of verbalizing all the details, they often use visuals or symbolic representations through a type of art therapy, which increases safety and accessibility. Unlike the ASSYST-G, the focus here is on resolving and reprocessing the trauma, not just calming the nervous system. So, to make it crystal clear, here's kind of a list of how these two interventions differ. So, with the ASSYST-G, the crisis response, the timing is immediately after the trauma. The goal is to stabilize and prevent PTSD onset. The symptom focus is acute stress symptoms. The structure is low intensity and short term, and the depth is symptom neutralization. For the EMDR-IGTP, which is early intervention, the timing is 3 months or more after the trauma. The goal is to process and resolve trauma. The symptom focus is ongoing PTSD or trauma symptoms. The structure is high intensity, longer term, and the depth is deep trauma reprocessing. So think of the ASSYST-G as emergency care for the nervous system and the EMDR-IGTP as rehabilitation and healing once the initial crisis has passed. So if you work in trauma, whether in humanitarian aid, community mental health, schools, or private practice, having both of these protocols in your toolkit makes you incredibly versatile. Why is that? You can meet the needs immediately after a crisis when access to individual therapy may be impossible. You can return months later and help survivors truly process the event once they're ready. And you can scale your impact, helping dozens or even hundreds of people in a short time with group protocols. And from a professional standpoint, being trained in both positions you as a resource in disaster response networks, NGOs, and even government contracts. At Scaling Up, we teach both. ASSYST Complete online training covers the ASSYST-G and other applications. The EMDR Gap training is advanced EMDR training that covers the ASSYST and the EMDR-IGTP alongside other advanced protocols. So learning them doesn't just add to your skill set, it expands your ability to be where the need is when the need is greatest. So to sum it up, the ASSYST-G is your go-to immediately after a traumatic event to calm acute symptoms and prevent PTSD. Any mental health clinician can learn and offer it. You don't need to be trained in EMDR already. The EMDR IGTP is your early intervention approach 3 months later for deep processing and long-term healing. This is designed for EMDR trained therapists as an advanced EMDR training. Both are structured, research-backed, and adaptable to diverse cultures and settings, and both are about scaling up your impact where it's needed most. If you want to get trained in these life-changing group protocols, check out the ASSYST and the EMDR Gap trainings at scalingupemdr.com. The communities you serve will thank you. We also offer a free crisis response preparedness package on our website. The link will be provided in the show notes, so make sure to check those out on our website as well. Until next time, take care of yourself and keep showing up for the work that matters.